size of that black house up there. Look out into the straits right now. Do you see anything?
Oh,
yeah. If there was something out there, I want to save that ball until I have a target like a jet ski or something. Now, the cannon here, though, wasn't really fired for any military purposes. Fort Michilimackinac, it had military here, but it was mostly a big stop on the fur trade. So this kind of cannon would have been fired off for things like military drills, for ceremonial purposes, welcoming traders and voyageurs, as well as on the birthday of the king. Right, or Jim might end up turning the cannon around on you. Who was the King of England during the 1770s? King of England during the American Revolution. Anybody know?
King George.
Anybody have any idea?
King George.
King George? Which one?
The third.
King George III, by the grace of God, King of England and Ireland, defender of the faith, etc., etc. A cheer for the king. Hip hip.
Hooray!
Right. Not bad, but I think the cannon might be a little louder, so we're going to fire it off right here. I'm going to tell you how we're going to do it. Now, ideally, this cannon would have a crew of about 15 people. We just have Jim and myself here, but that's okay because at Fort Michilimackinac there wasn't a full artillery crew. We're actually being historically accurate with just the two of us here. Jim is going to act as our matross, the member of the crew who had the lowest pay and unfortunately the lowest life expectancy. Sorry, Jim. First thing he's going to do is going to take this wormer, big old corkscrew, to remove any debris from the gun. It's not a breech loader, it's a muzzle loader. You can't open the back. You have to get the debris out from the front. Next step, perhaps the most important, taking a big sponge, wetting it in some water, and dousing any potential sparks. The last thing you want when you're putting in up to 1.5 pounds of black powder is for any potential sparks to set it off. And now the charge. We have a charge of about 6 ounces of black powder here. And you'll notice Jim is using a foot rammer. The British would have actually used a straight rammer. We're using this French foot rammer because it's just a much safer idea. It lets our gunner stand safely off to the side as he rams in that charge of powder. Alrighty.
Very heavy. Careful.
And the next thing he's going to do, set a fuse. He's going to take a pick, a big brass nail, and he's going to poke a hole in that powder.
Walks down her foot.
Big duck quill. They would have poked the find in one step. We have the pin and black powder.
No. Are you sure?
Now to light the fuse. Back in the 1770s, they didn't have matches. They didn't have Zippo lighters. What do you guys think they would have used to light the fuse? Well, this is one thing, but how would you first start a fire? Rubbing sticks. That's what the Native Americans would have done before the Europeans came with this other technology.
Tell him flint and tinder.
Rubbing wood, something else.
Tell him flint.
Remember our musket firing. What do we use for that?
Say flint, Deegan.
There's metal involved with one other
Honey,
thing. You have a piece of metal
flint and
what?
stone.
Flint.
Flint. We have flint and steel here.
Oh, flint and steel.
Jim is going to hit that piece of flint with that piece of steel and create sparks. Drop the spark onto that piece of char cloth. Just a piece of cotton cloth that we baked.
I hope it doesn't fire it off. He's gonna fire it off. Is he gonna fire it off?
He is, and you're going to want to cover your ears. Because that's loud. It's a big boom.
I don't like it. There's nothing out there.
The British would have had a big coil about 2 or 3 feet. Got it lit in the morning, they'd be good for all day. Right? It's lit. Now we're going to fire off this cannon in honor of King George III, and I warn you that the cannon is very, very loud. You thought our muskets were loud? This is the loudest cannon on the Great Lakes, so I would recommend you cover your ears. If you have a hearing aid, take it out and turn it down, or if you'd like like to simulate the authentic battlefield experience, crank it up. Don't really do that. All right. And Jim is going to fire this cannon once I give these 3 simple commands. Gunner, ready? Point! Fire! God save the king! Folks.